everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Otto Williams. Today, the importance of diversity within clinical trials.
Why everyone needs to be included, and that means everyone.
Everyone. Plus, finding the best hospice care.
And HelloFresh meal ideas delivered right to your door.
And it all starts right now. You know, when it comes to most clinical trials today, there's a very evident lack of diversity. In fact, nearly 80% of the trials are made up of white participants.
Participants from underrepresented and underserved groups in clinical research, Hispanics, Latinos, Black, African, LGBTQIA, they really should all be included and encouraged to participate.
Absolutely. And today we're learning more from Stacey Hargraves, Vice President, Head of Portfolio Delivery Operations at Jensen Research and Development, LLC. She also currently serves as the executive sponsor for Jensen's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in Clinical Trials program.
So happy to have you. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here today. For sure.
I appreciate the opportunity just to talk about clinical trials.
Absolutely.
Well, let's start with the basics. Let's explain what are clinical trials and why are they so important.
Clinical trials are clinical research studies designed by physicians and researchers to understand the drug product that we intend to use and to treat with patients. It's very important that we understand the phases of clinical trials. There's a lot of information out there, and that the process that people follow to participate in the clinical trial starts at phase 1, it goes all the way from phase 4. Phase 1 early studies, healthy human volunteers, small subset, could be as small as just 5 to 10 people. Larger phase 3 and phase 4 studies could be 10 or 20 or 30, 40,000 people.
Wow.
So there's a lot of exposure in the clinical trial process. A lot of people think it's not safe, they might be a guinea pig, but there's a process. It's safe, it's effective, that we're checking the efficacy, and it's a regulated process. It's a highly regulated process. The FDA governs the entire process, and there's measures in place if something should happen, that we would need to stop a clinical trial, that we would need to intend to treat someone, et cetera. And there's a reason why that full process is in place to make sure that we're essentially putting a drug product out there.
That's right, and you're taking care of the well-being of that human being, which
Correct.
is so important. And Stacey, it's not just a few clinical trials. I mean, there are so many occurring right now in this country and abroad.
Indeed, you're correct, Olga, in the sense that, really the story here is about the statistics. There's 400,000 clinical trials registered globally.
My goodness.
If you think about in the U.S., 80,000 of those clinical trials are conducted in the U.S. 2.3 million people participate in clinical trials. But the story here is, like you said initially, that 80% of those are white participants. So how can we change that paradigm where we're educating all people of color and races about the clinical trial process? That's something that we've anchored in at Janssen, and we're committed to by our Research Include Me efforts.
There seems to be a lot of skepticism, though, still today about clinical trials. Can you clear up some of the misconceptions?
Well, she mentioned the first one, which is a guinea pig,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Indeed.
That's a big one.
And listen, I think there's a story here, right? There's a long history around clinical trials. I think we've heard about Tuskegee, we've heard about Henrietta Lacks, and where patients were not treated effectively, and they were not treated fairly. But that process has changed over the years, in the last 20, 30 years, where we've really shifted and put those safeguards in place that you see today. So it's a safe process, it's regulated, and really I think it changes the paradigm of how people will think about clinical trials once they understand. We're doing this for 20 plus years in the clinical research perspective. It's just the education piece.
And it's important to meet folks where they are, hear their voices, and help them understand that it's for their future, right?
Exactly. And so we've had a mobile unit, right, at Janssen, where we've gone in the community, and like you said, we hear their voices. What do they have to say? What concerns them about the process? And how can we educate them and bring them into what this clinical trial process needs to look like? Clinical trials may not be for everybody, but it might be for somebody. And for that somebody, we want to make sure that you're educated, or someone's educated about what they need to do.
Speak a little bit more about this mobile unit, because this is something you started during the pandemic. It's kind of like literally taking the message to the streets.
Indeed. And really, we say meeting them where they are. Where they are is locally. And so we went to South Florida during the pandemic. We're, again, just talking about the clinical trial process. We hope to take this across the U.S. And again, taking the voices and the information that we hear and really anchoring into the clinical trial process at Janssen. At Janssen, we have 3 initiatives that we're very, very proud of. One of them is our Race to Health Equity, where we've committed $100 million to address health disparity and health equity across the United States.
And we recently visited South Carolina, and we followed kind of like that effort and the mobile unit. Let's take a look.
A lot of folks don't know that clinical trials are available. A lot of people think that they have to be recruited for them. They're not sure of necessarily everything going on involving it, a lot of uncertainty, and it's been great to just be able to connect with them, answer some questions, and help them understand.
I think knowledge is power, so the more information I could gather and take home and share with them, the more I can kind of help my family stay healthy. I learned that there's a lot of information out here for people that are looking for the information, and I also learned about the Find Me, where I can go and find clinical information.
You know, it's important, especially in these times with COVID, also with just getting older, that you have to come out and really take advantage of all the medical opportunities that we have. What the research community is just going in and participating so that we can have the medicines that we need, have the testing and the clinical trials that we need, and be able to, get checks.
One of the first events we did, we met a lady and explained things to her, and then we ended up coming across her again a month or 2 later, and she came back to us and was very excited to tell us that she's been involved with a clinical trial, and also she continually checks the website to see if there's more clinical trials available in her area.
Well, I came out here to get screenings to see which ones I haven't had. Like, I'm really into my health care, but I don't know a lot about it, So just kind of trying to be aware.
A lot of folks think that, one, a lot of these clinical trials might not be designed with them in mind. They think, might be early on in the development. A big thing that we do is we just want to talk with them and be understanding and see where they're coming from, and so that we can also best explain it to them. The importance of having the diversity involved in clinical trials is to make sure that it is good for everybody.
It makes a difference. It's really powerful, even in the Hispanic community as well. I mean, the perception has to change. It's because I lived it with my brother, who was in a clinical trial, end-of-life circumstances.
The intent here with Research Includes Me is to really understand the benefits, and they're wide benefits, right, across all therapeutic area. It could be retinal, it could be dermatology, it could be cardiovascular. There's a wide scope that we're talking here, and really that's our effort and our desire at Janssen. And if anyone has questions or what they would like to know about clinical trials, they can go to researchincludesme.com.
Researchincludesme.com. I like that.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here and being a part of the show today.
Thank you so much.
Great stuff.
Sure, absolutely. And of course, if you want more information, you can always go to our website, thebalancingact.com. We'll be back right after this.
That's right. People need to get involved with these clinical trials.
Indeed.
Finding care, especially hospice care, is an important consideration. We all have the right to die pain-free and with dignity, but that's sometimes not just the case. However, there's one company that's doing their best to provide patients the special care and empathy we all deserve. With us today is Mr. Brian Jackson from Bristol Hospice Care. And thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
For sure. Look, it's something that we all are going to ultimately have to face one day, one way or another. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what goes into making a decision about hospice care?
Considered to be the model for quality, compassionately caring for people facing a life-limiting illness or injury. Hospice care involves a team-oriented approach to expert medical care, pain management, and emotional and spiritual support that's expressly tailored to the patient needs and wishes. And that support is also provided to the patient's loved ones as well. See, at the center of hospice and palliative care is the belief that each of us has the right to die pain-free and with dignity, and that our families will receive the necessary support to allow us to do that. Hospice focuses on caring, not curing, and Bristol Hospice is committed to providing excellent care wherever the patient calls their home, whether that's a freestanding hospice center, hospital, nursing home, or other long-term care facility.
And at the core of Bristol's Hospice Care Center is really the idea of empathy and dignity, right?
That's correct. Bristol Hospice is committed to helping all families through the entire hospice care process, so families have peace of mind. Our foundational mission is to advance the cause of hospice care for the terminally ill and injured through education, engaging activities, financial assistance, and we're graciously committed to our mission that all families and patients entrusted to our care will be treated with the highest level of compassion, empathy, respect, and quality of care.
Now, how does Bristol provide peace of mind to the families?
As part of our Bristol Promise, we respond to your call within 1 hour and admit patients to services within 4. See, Bristol Hospice typically provides more hours of service by discipline than any other provider. I'm very proud of our employees. We have amazing employees, and our staff is diverse, which allows us to create an environment that's inclusive for all patients from all walks of life.
Let's talk a little bit about the services you provide.
Our programs provide services to meet the physical, psychosocial, empathetic, and spiritual needs of our patients and families. We take an interdisciplinary group of professionals and volunteers and develop an individualized plan of care, which includes, as appropriate, nursing, physicians, home health aides, as well as bereavement services.
And what are some of the special programs?
We also utilize non-pharmacological methods of comfort and go above and beyond what is expected by hospice care standards through those specialty care programs. And those would be our Sweet Dreams and Bright Moments. And they're especially helpful to those struggling with the effects of Alzheimer's or dementia. See, through these programs, we hope to give light of life for each patient towards the end of their life. And in doing so, we have the honor to provide additional methods of care, comfort, and support for the patient.
What do some of these include?
Our Sweet Dreams is based upon the belief that compassionate and empathetic and a provision of a care plan devoted to end-of-day sleep rituals and comfort can result in enhanced patient satisfaction. Our Bright Moments program is specifically designed for patients with end-stage dementia. So Bright Moments provides increased quality of care that with specialized interventions that provide comfort, empathy, and support.
So great. Any final thoughts?
Bristol Hospice is here to help families obtain hospice care services. We believe it should be affordable and available to all.
And where can viewers go to get more information?
They can go to bristolhospice.com.
bristolhospice.com. Well, thank you so much, sir, for being a part of the show today.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, you can always go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Well, hello there, or shall I say HelloFresh? Enticing, delectable, nutritious food made from fresh ingredients. I'm talking so yummy and so many choices. So imagine this, you're in your kitchen, you didn't have to leave, you didn't have to go anywhere to buy any groceries, you're saving money and it's all brought to you. Awesome! Joining me today with all the delish details is Kristen Bryan, Director of Culinary Innovation at HelloFresh US, America's #1 meal kit. Welcome.
Thank you, Olga. It's great to be here.
Are you kidding? I'm thrilled you're here because, look, school's right around the corner, right?
Yes.
We're all so busy.
Yes.
And this is something that you really help so many parents with, everybody. HelloFresh.
Absolutely. With HelloFresh, it's easy to make a delicious meal without wasting any time at all.
So you simplified mealtime. How so?
Because we can send you all of your meals in these lovely bags back here. They're in your kit bags. So, and everything's in there, pre-packaged and pre-measured. Makes life so simple. There's no waste, and you know exactly what you need for your meal.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot more about HelloFresh. First, show me what we're going to make today. And these are one of the meals that we could pick, right?
Yes, yes. This is the spinach ricotta ravioli. It's delicious. I'm going to just show you a few fun things about this particular meal. We have lovely zucchini here that we're going to make zucchini ribbons. And it's so much fun that actually the kids can get involved. This is such a fun way to put your veggies in your meal.
And you have them here.
We have them here.
And this will be provided to me.
To you,
okay.
Yes, yes. So what we're gonna do is just put this all together. This is one of our 15-minute meals as well. If you wanna hand me a little olive oil, we're gonna put this together super quick. There we go.
Zucchini?
The zucchini. We're going to do a little tomatoes.
Scallions.
A few scallions.
And again, these are sent to me and the measurement is exactly what I need?
Yes, everything is completely measured. You don't have to think about it. Here is the vegetable stock. There we go. We're gonna do some sour cream. Makes a nice creamy sauce. And what's great about this is it's just fresh and it has veggies. It's got everything you want your family to eat. It makes mealtime fun as well because you're able to get into the kitchen and do all of this together.
So let's add the zucchini, the butter, and then you're gonna add the pasta.
There's the butter.
We talked about how everything arrives in a bag. Does then everything
Yes.
obviously come first in a box?
It does come in that box. Everything, all the meals that you purchase online for your box come in a kit bag. You're just set because you've got everything you need.
How does the order process work? I go online and I kind of pick out, let's say if I want that chicken dish over there
Yes.
or this little pizza here.
Yes, so we have 6 meal preferences and you can choose from all of those meal preferences. We have about 30 meals every week on our menu with amazing chefs who curate beautiful meals for the families and anybody who wants to make their dinner at home.
Chicken, meat,
Yes.
pasta,
Vegetarian options,
seafood,
meat options, pescatarian options, absolutely everything.
That's amazing. And not only are you saving time, I think, because this is going to help me in terms of not having to go and get anything and making it so easy for me. What about money? Because cost is so important right now.
It is. But this is a great way to save money and time. So we provide you with everything you need for the meal, so there's no waste. You're not buying more than you need at the grocery store and then it goes to waste in your refrigerator, which we all know happens. So everything is pre-measured and prepackaged.
This
just
looks
for you.
so amazing
And we
and
have
truly takes a lot of
minutes.
time off my plate.
It does. We can provide you with options for fit and wholesome, which means if you're calorie counting, we have that for you. We have quick and easy. So there's a lot of meal types that you can choose from.
So it's as easy as just ordering, picking what I want. You deliver it in this box. I
Yes.
get my package inside the box, and I just put it together.
Just put it together. It makes mealtime fun and easy. And it's so easy, everybody can do it.
And it tastes.
Delicious. It's absolutely delicious. And it's fun. And it's
I want
fun.
to try one of
Yes.
those raviolis. Oh,
Here.
you have it already
I have
over there.
it already made. Let's try this ravioli. It's so good.
Okay, before we dive in here, tell our viewers how they can get more information on HelloFresh.
Well, they can go to hellofresh.com/The Balancing Act.
This has been so much fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, if you want more information, just go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Remember to head to our Facebook page, like us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and visit thebalancingact.com to enter our latest sweepstake or giveaway.
You could win something.
That's right. You got to
big.
try. You got to try.
Just stay safe, love that family of yours, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.